lot of action in the world of sport over the weekend where Bayelsa Queens actually came third at the CAF Women Champions League. Congrats to that team for what they did. At least we are celebrating the fact that they were able to win the third place game against Simba FC of Tanzania. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be looking at some juicy stories in the world of sport that has to do with Formula One, not forgetting basketball, the Super 8 that took place in Lagos. A lot of issues here and there when it comes to football. We'll be looking at that. But quickly, let's start from the home scene. We also want to promote our own. Let's start with the MBBF Super 8 that took place in Lagos, where Kwara Falcons right now are celebrating the fact that they were able to win that competition. The March champions qualified for Basketball League Africa after winning 73 against 58. They defeated Custom, Nigerian Custom, lost that game. It was a good one for Kwara Falcons as they really won that game with a lot of speed. And they show their class that, yes, they've come to stay when it comes to basketball development in Nigeria. Now they're representing Nigeria at the Basketball League Africa, where it's called BAL. Good one for Kwara Falcons. We celebrate them. And right now, as they'll be celebrating, representing Nigeria rather, a lot of Nigerians are looking at, yes, they need to at least add more hands to that squad. But really, they did well in the competition. Looking at the scorers now, we have the scorers list there, how many points they scored and all that. You have Victor Eze scoring 17 points, Tolani Buhari 16 points, Kareem 13, Mohammed 12 points, Samuel Dada 10 points, Adeyanju with also 10 points for Kwara Falcons. They are the highest scorers for that team. And Customs, you have Ibaka Tobo 13 points, Godwin 11 points, Abel 10 points, and you have most valuable player went to Samuel Dada. Really, he did well to win the MVP of the tournament. Nigerian Basketball Federation Super 8 that took place in Lagos, where 18 fought for really hard to see who wins, but it was Kwara Falcons against Customs, and it went the way of the Ilorin Afoja boys. They were able to win that game 73-58. Congrats to them right now, flying high the flag of Nigeria at the Basketball League Africa. I want to see what they'll be doing in that competition. And really, for the fact that finally, we actually have a team that could represent Nigeria. Last time we couldn't make it, but now we are happy that we actually have a team, and hopefully they will get there to do well for Nigeria. Talking about basketball there. Now we leave basketball to talk about football. The ladies, that's the CAF Women Champions League 2 place in Morocco. ASFA of Morocco, they right now are the champions of Africa when it comes to women league football. They were able to dislodge the defending champion, Mamelodi Sundowns ladies of South Africa. Good one. It was a fantastic performance. They won 4-0 to silence the South African team. Really, maybe they were complacent. But for ASFA, they dethroned Mamelodi Sundowns to win this competition. They really deserve it. And our own team, Bayelsa Queens, they won bronze, defeating Simba FC Queens, our ladies, 1-0 in that encounter. Joseph, our lady, really did well, being able to win score that goal for Nigeria in the 78th minute to make Nigeria win. That's Bayelsa Queens, and we are celebrating for the fact that the second edition got better compared to the first leg, where Rivers Angels couldn't get past the group stage. But now we get to the third place fight, and we actually got it right. So as far the two teams that defeated Bayelsa Queens play for the first position between Mamelodi Sundowns and also ASFA ladies. ASFA ladies triumphing by 4-0 against Mamelodi Sundowns. Right now, they are the champion of Africa when it comes to Women Champions League, and really, they deserve to be celebrated for what they've done so far in this competition, beating almost all the teams that they play against. And for Mamelodi Sundowns, where they have to come back next time. They defended it, but they couldn't win it. Right now, we have another winner for this edition, and it's getting better. At least no dominant force in this competition. Last year was Mamelodi Sundowns. This year, ASFA of Morocco, the host nation, they were able to do it, and they did well winning this particular game. Congrats to Bayelsa Queens. We have to celebrate our team too. It's not easy after out of 5 matches they played, they lost 2, they won 3. Congratulations to Bayelsa Queens for doing us proud there. And I have in the studio, in the person of Noel Samson, good to have you here, even though we couldn't have Oluwaseun Olupo, but at least we are here.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Adini.
Good one. You saw our ladies, that's Bayelsa Queens. They tried their best. They were able to, they came third in this competition after losing the first game against Mamelodi Sundowns ladies. They brazen up and they were able to do well, pick up the pieces, and they did well against Wadi Degla of Egypt. They did well against TP Mazembe of Congo, and from there they were able to also play against Asfa. Even though they qualified for the third place, they lost that game before they faced Simba FC or Queen of Tanzania. Eventually, they won by a long goal.
It's a thing of great joy and pride to Nigerian female team, the Bayelsa United, for winning that match. Being third, because you know the competition just started last year. This is the second edition. If by the second edition we already third, we won the bronze medal, that means next year we might go to silver, probably either silver or gold.
Or win it eventually, just like going gold.
Yeah, exactly. We might go to gold. So we are really proud of them, because we've been expecting that they are going to make us proud, and they need to made us proud, which we are proud of them.
We are proud of Bayelsa Queens right now for the fact that they were able to win its third place when it comes to CAF Women Champions League in that edition that took place in Morocco. As far of Morocco, they are the champions right now of Africa. Congrats to them. Congrats to Mamelodi Sundowns, who came second, and all the teams that participated in this edition. Hopefully next year we'll see the Nigerian team at least getting to win this particular one. At least we're getting better now. Let's see how they will do it according to Noel Sampson. Hopefully we can get the gold next year. From there, quickly, let's move on to talk about another one that has to do with UFC. Well, it was a tough one for the fighters, Alex Pereira and Adesanya. Adesanya tried his best, but he lost that game. Israel Adesanya lost to Alex Pereira in the UFC Ultimate Fight Championship middleweight title over there at the Madison Square Garden, USA, UFC 281. It was a tough one, fourth, second, third, even fourth round. They were really training themselves, but in the 50th round, Alex Pereira showed his class. He was able to pin down Israel Adesanya and gave him, at least, let me call it, the beating of his life, and that was it. He couldn't just believe it. Right now, Kamaru Usman got defeated this year. Israel Adesanya also got defeated. Anthony Joshua. Somebody actually tweeted and said, this is not the Nigerians here for fighting sport. Well, from the way it is, I think it's only Ngannou of Cameroon that is left that is yet to lose this year. But all in all, I think maybe Israel Adesanya got into up his game. You know, at times, don't be complacent, don't be too overconfident. Yes. I think, because I saw one of his interview where he was talking, maybe the way I see it, maybe underrated, or he was too overconfident.
Overconfidence should be the right word used, because, you know, he's really confident of him that whenever he goes, that pattern he used, because whenever he goes to the stage, before he goes to the fight, during interview, he plays that mind game.
Although it's part of it, it's part of the business, but it seems, to scare your opponent.
It seems this guy he fought now is quite, he doesn't care about that. He did what he was supposed to do in the pitch. So it was really, I was really disappointed, and it pained me, because I'm a really fan of Adesanya, Kamaruddin, and Anthony Joshua. So getting them defeated the same
three
year,
of them.
The same year. And when Joshua lost his match, I couldn't sleep. I was like, Joshua, why again? You lost against this guy the second time again. When Kamaru lost, I was like, disappointed. Kamaru was like, why did he lose again?
Kamaru has never lost in all these fights.
Yes, this is the second time Israel is losing. He lost. He had an injury the first time he lost.
He actually switched to another weight. But this time around, this is the weight that everyone knows him for. This time around, he had to bow down to Alex Pereira.
But I believe he's coming back. The Ogun Blood is coming back.
I like that statement.
The Odo man and the Ogun Boys are coming back full time.
I like that statement. But really, pinning him down there gave Alex Pereira the chance to get Israel Adesanya. Adesanya just have to get the piece together right now, because that knockout at the 5th round got him down. The same thing happened to Kamaru. Yes. Kamaru also get that particular heat, and it was it. You know, when you look at the picture when he was lying flat on the canvas, you'll be wondering really what happened. He was dreaming about he was dreaming about something else.
Yes.
But that's a sport for you. At times, don't get it right. That's the man they call. From the way it is now, Adesanya just have to get his act.
He has to do. It seems the old old pattern is using is weighing out already. The overconfidence and every other thing. She just try and just ear up the game. Probably change a lot of some of his trainers and everything. Then put more time in training. Then I believe his next match, which is going to be next year, is going to come out victorious.
He needs to get victorious. Talking about the style bender, the style bender. Israel Adesanya losing that fight against Alex Pereira at the Madison Square Garden there over the year in USA in the UFC 281. Well, that's it. He has lost. He needs to get his act together and get better. Now, let's quickly switch to Formula One as we give you one-on-one with all the racers over there. The Grand Prix that took place in Brazil. George Russell wins first Grand Prix as Brazilian Grand Prix. A good one for him. The Mercedes driver did his best, and right now he's celebrating at least what they were able to do. They made it 1-2 himself and Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton also, he came second before Carlos Sainz actually came third. But right now, George Russell celebrates the fact that he was able to win this race for the first time in his career, and at least he deserves to celebrate. After all, Mercedes are yet to win even a race this year. It has always been Max Verstappen who has won 14 races so far. In fact, he has done it done and dusted when it comes to Formula One this season. He has won it already, been celebrated, but for Red Bull. But really, Lewis Hamilton coming second, at least something to inspire him. Let's see what's going to happen rather over there in Abu Dhabi when the grand finale will be coming up in the final race of this season. Congrats to George Russell, who actually won for the first time the Grand Prix, talking about Formula One, and also winning the first race for Mercedes this season over there in Brazil. Congrats to the entire team. And right now, Max has done the business this year. He has shown that really it's just not a fluke or a flash in the pan. He knows his business and he knows his onion when it comes to racing in Formula One. Congrats to the entire, all the racers there. But for Mercedes, they really need to grind better if they are to make something out of this. Although one race to go when it comes to Abu Dhabi now, let's see who wins that particular race. But for Max Verstappen, he has done the business and really he deserves to be celebrated. Well, over the weekend, a lot of Nigerians that plays in Europe, they did well in their matches. They were able to score. We have Super Eagles in Europe, Osimhen, Onuachu, not forgetting Lookman. They all scored in their games. Looking at the story we are talking about now, Osimhen, Onuachu, Lookman, Mofi, Chukwueze, Olayinka, even Moses Simon, they were all on target for their different clubs. Mention Nantes, mention Villarreal in the Spanish Copa del Rey. Terem Murphy plays for his team. That's over there in France. You have Lookman. Lookman play for Atalanta. Onuachu, Genk in Belgium. Osimhen of Napoli. Right now, Osimhen has really done well for himself. His 10th goal of the season. You have to appreciate what they are doing. The Nigerians in Europe this weekend, Noel, seems like their weekend. Why some people were they were getting beaten up. Then we have players scoring goals. So you look at Osimhen, he scored a goal. Onuachu also scored a brace after scoring a double brace in some matches away sometimes back. Lookman, despite the loss to Inter Milan, he also scored. Terem Murphy was able to score for Lorient over there in French Ligue 1. Chukwueze scored at least a brace for his club, Villarreal, in that encounter. All of them did well. Olayinka also did well for his club. You just have to celebrate them. And also not forgetting Moses Simon, who also scored for his club, Nantes, and also playing his 100th game for that club. We just have to celebrate these guys.
Yeah, but what do you expect? They're not going to the World Cup, so they can score as many as they like.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, but they're not going to the World Cup. But actually, these guys in the European clubs, they're in top form. They score goals, they make assists. But when it comes presenting us in Nigeria, I don't know what's the problem.
A bit like Atletico, right?
I don't know. And
maybe, well, the deal is done now. There's nothing you can do about that. It's no longer news. It's already a part of it that, yes, we are not going to the World Cup. But really, it's just high time the Super Eagles, just like we are saying, that they should be more serious when they are given the chance to play for their national team, not to be banging in goals week in, week out over there in Europe or anywhere they apply their trade, and they come back home and they struggle.
Because when you see our lineup, you see your players playing for Everton, playing for Napoli, Atlanta. You on paper, we look scary on paper. Our profiles, we close our players play for. But when it comes down to, okay, let's have that stuff on the field, we disappoint a lot. But it's a good one for our players. They are really showing that, okay, that they are really they are all first 11 in their different teams. So which is a pride for us, and at least other teams are trying to scout them now. Other bigger teams, because I think the only person, the biggest thing of them is Moses Simon. Victor Osimhen.
Yes,
is the only person, one of the biggest among them. So other players, it seems like I can hear news from other big clubs in Europe are looking for Paul Ocha, who plays for Onuachu. I mean, who plays for Genk in Belgium. So we hope they get a better team, but not only performing in their clubs, but performing too in our own Nigeria in Super Eagles jersey.
Good one there. Talking about Nigerians in Europe, despite the fact that they are not going to be going to the World Cup now. Well, they just have to score a goal for their club. Well, the likes of Ademola Lookman scoring his 7th goal of the season, Osimhen making it 10th, Onuachu a brace, making it part of the double brace score last time. And you have to appreciate Olayinka too, who did well for his club. And you also consider Terem Murphy, superlative form for the Nigerian over there in Lorient colours, doing well for his club. We just have to remember all of them, and also Moses Simon for Nantes. Now let's go to England as we give you the result of matches played over the weekend. Good one for all the clubs that participated, but for Manchester City, it was not expected. They lost that game against Brentford 2-1. Good one for Ivan Toney, who scored the brace against Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. This was not expected, looking at the array of stars that Manchester City actually have. Bournemouth 3 against Everton. What happened to Everton? Well, we saw there a particular fan throwing back Alex Iwobi's jersey team. Liverpool 3-1 against Southampton. Good one for Darwin Núñez. And also Firmino. Nottingham Forest 1 against Crystal Palace. 4-3 for Tottenham Hotspur. West Ham United 0. Leicester 2. Good one for Leicester. Chelsea, they were defeated by Newcastle at St. James Park. Wolverhampton Wanderers lost by 2-0 against Arsenal. Odegaard, the man of the moment. Brighton 1, Aston Villa 2. And you have Manchester United against Fulham. Good one for Garnacho, who was able to at least score one of the goals. You look at the weekend, no one saw that coming for Manchester City.
It was a shock. It was a shocker. When I was watching the match, I was like, am I dreaming? Manchester City is actually losing to Brentford. And when you talk about budget, I think Brentford's budget is the lowest in Premier League for now. So it shows Manchester City is more advanced in everything. Is it finances, the class of player they had. But this Premier League is football, anything can happen. Another shocker was against Chelsea.
Newcastle.
I expected it earlier.
Yeah, I can see your mouth is like a bit heavy. Your mouth is heavy. What's happening to Chelsea?
It was what I expected, actually.
Oh, were you expecting Newcastle to win that game? Seriously?
Yes.
You as a Chelsea fan?
Yes, I was expecting it. I was expecting the winners, or we drew the match. And
you were not expecting them to at least get back from the lax loss?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, the team needs a total reformation, a total turnaround. And probably after World Cup, that might happen.
Well, let's see, maybe Chelsea will just get their acts together after the World Cup now, as it went down over there in England. Matches were played, and we saw some shocking results coming from the likes of Brentford. Ivan Toney scoring a brace against Manchester City, despite their robotic man. Talking about Alan, couldn't reply. Well, from the way it is, let's look at the way the table is standing over there in EPL, despite the fact that Phil Foden was able to score one. Arsenal are topping. Good one for them. They have 37 points. They can go and rest after the World Cup.
Yes. They're the club of the moment.
Seriously. Arsenal, they are celebrating 37 points from 14 matches. Manchester City, 32. They have 5 points behind the Gunners. Really, the Gunners are going really doing well.
Don't be surprised when we have another Leicester City.
Okay, let's wait and see. Newcastle United, really, they've been fantastic this season. They have 30 points. You have Spurs, after winning that game, they have 29 points after playing their game. You have Manchester United. Now, they won that game also. In that game, they were able to get 3 points, 26 points for them. And you have Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, and standing 8 on the log. And go straight down, you have Wolverhampton Wanderers, you have Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Everton. What's happening to Everton? Despite, I don't understand what's happening. It seems
it's really I'm confused as well, you sir, because they play the game, but they don't just get the results. And it's really telling on the other player, the good players among the team, because you can see Moby where the fan, he threw it close to just to defend the trade, but I think it was the one who caused it.
They said it was a misunderstanding anyway.
I think it was the one who caused them.
It was a misunderstanding. The fans, the Everton fans are not having it. They were angry, Maybe they felt this is not the time to give me jersey. I don't need this jersey. What a way to go. Let's quickly run through some of the other leagues that happen in Europe. German Bundesliga, matches were also played, and right now Bayern, well, they are flying high. Looking at the result, Mönchengladbach 4-2 against Borussia Dortmund. Good one for Mönchengladbach. Bayern Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso really getting his act together. 2-0 against Stuttgart. Augsburg, they lost that game against Bochum 1848 by a lone goal. Hertha Berlin 2-0 against FC Cologne. And you have RB Leipzig, although in Kuku, at least they are talisman there, even though they did well 2-1 against Werder Bremen. 899 Offenheim, VfL Wolfsburg, you have them 2-1 for Bayern, 2-0 against Schalke. As expected, they are now roaring home. And you have Mainz 05-1-1, they share this fight against Eintracht Frankfurt. While Freiburg 1-2-3-4 against Union Berlin, good one for them. And you look at the way the table is standing right now, it shows that really Bayern, they want to run away with it. They are really running away with it. 4 points about 2 weeks ago. You won't see this happening, but now they are ahead with 4 points.
Just like magic.
Magic. Freiburg second after defeating Union Berlin. Leipzig are standing tall, Eintracht Frankfurt. Union Berlin that used to be on top of the league and now standing 5th. They lost focus. They have 27 points. Borussia Dortmund 6th on the log. You have Wolfsburg, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Werder Bremen in that pecking order from 1 to 9. And from 10 to 18, you have Schalke 04, Mainz 05, Hoffenheim, Bayern Leverkusen. I love the fact that Xabi Alonso, since he took over there at Bayern Leverkusen, has turned things around for that club.
Yeah, it's a very good one for. He's using the experience both as a player, and now he's using the experience as a coach. So it's really telling on the team. Actually, they are performing better. When he started as a coach, he did well. Then he got to an extent he started losing. Then now he's now back. So it's a good one for Bayern because I'm happy for them. For my Chelsea boy, the audience.
Look at you. Well, good one there. But really, it's so painful that Union Berlin dropped the leadership. They've been on top of the league for a while, but now they're actually standing 5th. For Bayern, they always want to get to the coast of winning the league. Now, quickly, Italians, they are matches were played. Ademola Lookman scored, Osimhen scored, even though Inter Milan defeated Atalanta in that game. You just look at all the matches that were played over there in Europe, or rather in Serie A. Empoli 2-0, Tyrone Ebuehi of Nigeria in that squad. They won 2-0 against another Nigerian, David Okereke. Well, Napoli 3-2, our own Victor Osimhen scoring one of the goal against Udinese rather. Sampdoria 0, Lecce 2. Bologna 3, Sassuolo 0, Inter Milan 1-2-3 against Atalanta. Despite Ademola scoring one of the goals, it was not good enough. Monza defeated Salernitana 3-0, and you have Roma. They had to share the spoil against Torino. There, just have to appreciate the fact that Nemanja was able to save them, and you have Hellas Verona 1, Spezia winning 2-1 away. Fiorentina lost against AC Milan over there at the Giuseppe Meazza. Juventus 1-2-3 at the city of Turin, Allianz Stadium. They won against Lazio. Good one for them. For Juventus, they show class.
Yeah, the class is showed there. It shows they are coming back on points. They're already getting their games together now.
And now, if you transfer to the way the table is standing right now, Italia and Serie A, you just have to appreciate the fact that Napoli are really running away with it. Napoli are standing tall with 41 points. No one saw this coming, but they are showing class. The big boys have arranged themselves. You have Milan, you have Juventus, you have Lazio, Inter, and pecking order Atalanta. What's the way to go? Tough one. AS Roma 7th. Really, the big boys have arranged themselves. We look at the way the table is standing now. Napoli, 41 points, ahead of Milan with 33 points.
It's really a big margin.
The margin is getting wide in almost every weekend. They will take this.
They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose.
After the World Cup, let's see if they will continue this. For Milan, good one. For Juventus, good one. They really come back to reckoning now. Lazio also, despite that loss against Juventus. Exactly. Inter Milan winning against Atalanta has given them that edge. Atalanta now 27 alongside Roma. Jose Mourinho and his lads just have to get their acts together. Well, that's a good one there. Verona, Sampdoria, Cremonese, Spezia, Lecce, Sassuolo in that pecking order from bottom to 15. And you look at the mid-table, you have Torino, Fiorentina, Bologna, Salernitana in that order. But for the big boys, Napoli, I'll be so happy if Osimhen can actually scoop the Scudetto over there in Italia. So, yeah, very defensive league, but Osimhen has been able to score 10 goals and Ademola Bankole has been able to score at least 7 goals.
And you can see the love the Napoli fans are giving away, because I watched a video on the weekend where he was coming out from the stadium, and you can see all over here, Victor.
Of course, they have to celebrate.
Yes, the love is massive, and it's actually a big morale for him also too.
A big morale for Victor Osimhen, who really right now is doing so well. The biggest export from Nigeria when it comes to football right now. His valuation has gone up 100%. We just have to appreciate the fact that all Nigerian sportsmen and women out there, they are very important. We talked about the MBBF Super 8, quarterfinals and champions. Bayelsa Queens winning the top position over there at the CAF Women Champions League. Appreciate them. But Israel Adesanya come back another day for you to win in the UFC 258. Good one, Noel Samson, for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.